Hi, my name is Chris, and in this video, we're going to be comparing Honda's OEM seat options for a 2025 Honda Rebel 1100. More specifically, we're going to be comparing the stock seat cushion against the Honda OEM comfort seat. This seat's about $100, so it's not a real expensive seat compared to some of the other options out there. And since it was OEM, this is the one I ordered alongside my bike. The stock seat is much better than what I'm used to. Some of you might remember I mentioned having a 2019 Honda Rebel 300 about 5-6 years ago, and that seat was absolutely horrible. So this stock seat is a million times better than that. I could barely ride 10 minutes before my butt hurt, and that was with a lot of extra weight on me. This seat is much better. However, given that I had those issues in the past, I decided to order the comfort seat, and you can see the difference between them in the amount of cushioning. So pulling back up the stock seat, the biggest difference aside from the extra cushioning between the two seats is the shape is a little bit different. Of course, this one's a little, like I said, a little harder, the material is. I don't find it uncomfortable at all, actually. When it gets to a long ride, I will, and I'll get back to that in a minute. But it's kind of, the outer cover kind of poofs out here, but when I press it in, you can see how it just kind of, how the contours kind of like this. Compared to that 2019 seat, like I mentioned before, it's a lot better. Now the comfort seat here, it's got some different focus points in there. It has some cutaways here, which you won't find on the stock seat, where it's just kind of more rounded off. These are more cutaway. And I'll kind of press in that cover there. It still has that contour there, but the back is a lot more cushy, which has given me a little bit of problems, and again I'll get to that here in a minute. But yeah, a lot more cushion, and it is, the material is a little bit more cushy, which when you sit, it definitely makes a difference. So we'll go ahead and show you what it looks like on the bike. Now I just want to give you an idea of what each of the seats look like on the bike, just to do a good comparison. So this is the stock seat here. All right, and here is the comfort seat on there. So you can see it's a lot heftier on the frame, and it pairs really nicely with the passenger comfort seat as well. And we'll take a look at the passenger seat since we're at it here. The standard passenger seat only has about this much padding on there, and that's just unacceptable in my opinion. So I got the comfort passenger seat, and my wife says it's a lot more comfortable, and I can tell too. It's kind of a firmer material, but actually I think that's good, and I haven't heard any complaints yet. But then again, we only have about 300 miles on the bike. So here you have another comparison just for fun here. On the bike itself, you have the comfort seat. Sitting up on top of it is the stock seat, just to show the difference. All right, so I just wanted to show you how the rider positions are with both seats. This is the stock seat right here. You can kind of see where I'm at. I'll put my foot all the way down. You can kind of see where the seat's at, the rider position for me. I'm exactly 6 feet tall on the Honda Rebel 1100T. I'll put my foot up here. So this is my rider position with the stock seat. Now as I'm sitting right here, it feels pretty comfortable. Like it does, the seat does have some give. I struggle with my tailbone. In 2024, I lost a lot of weight, and now I don't have much of a butt. And so I struggle with seats in general, putting a lot of pressure on my tailbone, even like couches and like office chairs and stuff like that. So that's been the biggest issue I've had with both of these seats, is just trying to figure out which one is more comfortable for me. But right now I'm not getting much pressure on my tailbone. But like when I noticed that like after about a 30-minute ride, which is my commute to work is between 30 and 40 minutes, that I do start feeling it in my tailbone around the 30-minute mark. But definitely on shorter rides, it's not bad at all. In some ways, I almost like this seat more because it just seems to, like, I don't know, fit my frame a little better. It's kind of hard to describe. But let's go ahead and put on the comfort seat and then we'll show you the difference. And this is the comfort seat on there. And you can see obviously a lot more padding. It kind of feels, it feels like kind of pushes me up a little bit, which I don't mind at all. I think actually it might be better for somebody a little bit taller. Like I'm not super tall, but six feet tall on a Rebel. So I like that it kind of pushes you forward a little bit. But with that extra padding in the back, sometimes I've noticed that it does press up against that tailbone that I struggle with. And so I've been, over the last couple of weeks during my commutes to work, I've been experimenting with sitting a little farther forward. Like maybe I've been sitting too far back, but you can tell when you're sitting on it that there is like a sweet spot. And I also have noticed too that with the tailbone thing, it kind of depends on the type of material you're wearing for pants. So like jeans have that seam down the back that's a lot more harsh. So I like to ride with these cargo pants because they're a little bit better in that way. So, but this is what it looks like. The extra cushioning is definitely nice. So what it looks like flat-footed. This is with my legs up, kind of in a rider stance right here. I do, generally speaking, I do tend to prefer this seat just because of the extra padding. It does sit you up just a little bit higher and it tends to push me just a little bit forward. And I will go ahead and show you a few more comparisons between the two right now. Well, that's the comparison for Honda's OEM seats. There is technically a third one. It sits between this one and the stock seat. It's called the custom seat. And as far as I can tell, it's basically the same as the stock seat, except it has a fancier pattern, like a diamond cut pattern on it. And it actually looked a little bit more uncomfortable to me, just because of the extra stitching and stuff. It just didn't seem like it was going to be a good thing for me. So I skipped that and spent the extra $20 for this seat here. This seat's $100, like I said before. So for a motorcycle seat, not bad at all. Now, some third-party options, you have the Mustang seat. A lot of people like that. A lot of YouTubers ride with that. It seemed, in my research, it's actually pretty similar to this. It's probably a little better, I'm not gonna lie. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. I'm a little bit worried about the tailbone thing again, and I have heard other YouTubers mention that that was a problem that they had with it. The next seat I'd like to try out is the Corbin seat. It's the most expensive option, but I think with it's a little bit wider, kind of sits you up front. The way that it's cut, I've heard is better for the tailbone discomfort like I get. Corbin, if you're watching this video, feel free to sponsor it and I can compare that against this seat. Well, so what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. If this video was helpful to you in any way, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more Inland Northwest adventures and, of course, Honda Rebel 1100 content. Until next time, ride safe.